Thank you so much, Amin. And yeah, so I'm just going to share with you my PPTs. So we can start now. Okay, so are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. So hi everyone, this is Dr. Akram here. So I'm basically Indian pharmacist and I completed my diploma, bachelor's and pharmd from Tamil Nadu. And I worked several years in India, then 4 years in Malaysia, and then around last 6 years I'm living and working in Australia. So I have a 3 year, three basically countries teaching experience for pharmacy students, especially the clinical pharmacy or pharmacy practice and pharmacotherapy related subject. I'm the expert for that. So now several years I'm trying to create the awareness among Indian pharmacists to migrate to Australia and New Zealand because here is a great opportunity for you to migrate. Now you can imagine that in India we have around 6,000 pharmacy colleges, but in Australia only 8 pharmacy colleges we have. They are offering the pharmacy related subject. Okay, so very low. Uh, they are producing number of pharmacists very low in Australia. That's why they need the overseas pharmacists. So every year, around 2,500 to 3,000 visa they issue for pharmacists. So as a pharmacist, it is very easy for you to pass the exam. The exam center already available in Bangalore, in Chennai, and you can pass the exam and you can migrate Australia permanently with your family. Okay. So in this webinar, I'm going to explain you what are the steps need to take and how much time will take, how much money you need to invest basically, and how much money you can earn, or visa, jobs, exam, anything. Please do ask me any questions if you have online, or maybe Abdul in your college also. So you can ask me English and Hindi. I am a Hindi speaker, but Abdul is here in Tamil. I also know a little bit Tamil because I also study in Tamil Nadu in Annamalai University, but not very fluent. So, but you can ask me questions in Tamil as well, Hindi or English. Okay, and if you cannot ask, please ask me. In my chat box, if you can write your question, so I can read your question and then I will try to answer, even including the faculty. Please first ask the faculties if you have any doubts, because the student may ask you the questions later on once we finish this webinar as well. So academically, I started because many of the pharmacists, they are complain, especially in India, that pharmacy is not a good course because they are not getting a good job in India. Okay, so I can say that pharmacy is one of the best course, and you take a decision to study pharmacy. This is one of the best decision for you. But now is the time for you to explore the opportunities in abroad, not just in the India. So many pharmacists in India they just are fighting for the government jobs, and government jobs are very low. Government cannot hire all the pharmacists in the government hospitals or dispensaries, right? So you have to see the opportunities in abroad as well if you are interested. So today I'm going to discuss all those things. So basically, academically helping all healthcare professionals like medical doctors, nurses, pharmacists, lab technicians, field therapists, optometrists, veterinary doctors, or any healthcare degree holder want to migrate abroad. So academically help them to complete the process. So this is about myself. So I completed my PhD from University of Sydney, and before that I was working as a pharmacy lecturer in Malaysia, and before that I was in India. So as I mentioned, you, so I have 3 years, 3 countries teaching experience. for pharmacy students. So academically, basically a company, this is an education company, and we provide the two services. One is the study abroad. We will help you to get your admission done in Australia, but this is very, very expensive. So I do not recommend anyone go on this pathway. So if you want to study any MS course in Australia, in US, Canada, or UK, you have to invest at least 30 to 50 lakh Indian rupees. Okay. And then once you completed your degree, then you have to find a job. Then you think about the PR visa. So this is very long process and very expensive. So another very easy and short process for you, your registration as a pharmacist in the home country, I mean, any country wherever you want to go. Okay. So the registration process and migration is very, very easy for Australia and New Zealand because they need a lot of pharmacists from abroad because there is a huge opportunities here. Not too many pharmacy colleges, they are offering pharmacy course in Australia. So here is some steps you need to complete, and academically will help you to complete all these steps. And then we also help you to find a job, your visa, accommodation. We provide all this assistance to you. And yes, so we will see here in today's session that if you are a pharmacist, so pharmacist means the license. Okay, so you must be a registered pharmacist in Tamil Nadu State Pharmacy Council, right? If you want to practice in India. So same for in Australia, if you want to practice, if you want to work in Australia, you need to register yourself with the Australian Pharmacy Council. So Australian Pharmacy Council is a regulatory body in Australia. So there are two occupations for you to market Australia as a retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist. So this is the main role, a main job for pharmacists to work in abroad. This is not just Australia. So many students, they complete the degree in India, they are not finding suitable job in pharmacy sector. So they are working some other sectors like clinical research, pharmacovigilance, or medical writing, medical coding, or SaaS programmer. There are so many other jobs in recent past. So there are so many jobs for pharmacists. But those jobs are not specifically for pharmacists. Those jobs anyone can do. Any nursing graduate, a physiotherapy graduate, even science graduate nowadays also working in pharmacovigilance and clinical research. Okay, but retail pharmacy or hospital pharmacy or license only can get by a qualified pharmacist. The same for Australia. If you want to work as a qualified pharmacist, then you have to apply as a retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist. So there is a three-step process for you to migrate Australia. The number one basically we call initial skill assessment, or also called basically this document verification. So this is the number one step, and we will complete this step behalf of you. You just need to provide us your scanned copy of your documents. Okay. Then next step, there is an exam called KAPS exam. So KAPS, the full form called Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Okay. So they will just want to check your knowledge, whatever you study in your B form or M form or pharmd, whatever you did degree in India. Okay. This is a very, very easy exam. I will explain you in my further slides. And then after that, you also need to pass English test as well. So academically will help to complete first step. Second step, we will provide you the 4-month coaching to pass this exam. And we have a 93% student pass in our previous batch. Very, very high score for students. So basically, this exam is really very easy. There will be 100 multiple choice questions, and you just need to correct 50 questions. So if I compare this KAPS exam with GPAT or NIPER, JE exam, this is really very easy exam because here is no negative marking. So you can attend all the questions, but in India you cannot attend because there is a negative marking in NIPER and GPAT, right? So same for hospital pharmacy, these 3-step process we will help you to complete. We will, number one step, number two, 4-month coaching. Then English also will provide you the coaching from Australia. But someone is an industrial pharmacist and they completed their degree. Now they are working to work the industry pharmacist, then they can migrate. So for pharmacists, does not require to have any work experience. Without experience, you can migrate Australia. With zero experience, you can migrate Australia as a pharmacist. But for industrial pharmacists, they need 1 year working experience minimum. Okay, so you must have a 1 year experience. Then only you can migrate as a industrial pharmacist to Australia. Okay, and same for pharmacy technician, and they also need for 1 year experience for this, and all those things. Okay, but if you are a university lecturer, you completed your master degree like pharmd, MPharm, or PhD, and you have a at least 2 year teaching experience, then you can apply as a university lecturer. But to find a job very difficult, or no jobs I can say in Australia. As I mentioned that the number of colleges are very low in Australia. uh, so if you want to work in Australia, so you can work as a retail pharmacist and hospital pharmacist. In that case, you need to write this KAPS exam. Two of my friends, basically, they were the associate professor in India. They completed PhD from India, and they passed this exam. Now they are working as a retail pharmacist. Happily, they are living with their families. Okay, same for you. As a university lecturer, you can migrate, but to find a job is very difficult. So basically, Australia and New Zealand have a similar steps to complete in order to migrate in any of these countries. But there is some difference in these two countries, Australia and New Zealand. The major difference basically in Australia does not require to have any experience. As zero experience, you can migrate to Australia. You can start your process for Australia. But New Zealand, you require at least minimum 1 year work experience in any retail pharmacy or any hospital pharmacy. Okay, New Zealand require 1 year working experience in any retail pharmacy or hospital pharmacy. Australia does not require to have any work experience. Number one, difference. Number two, difference basically, Australia have an unlimited attempt. If you fail in your first attempt, you will not fail. You will pass in your first attempt. As I mentioned that we have a 93% student pass. So we have very limited syllabus. You just need to study that syllabus. And we take a live sessions, live classes. Okay. We provide one-on-one mentorship, and very easily you can tell. But in case if you fail, still you can write second time, third time, fourth time for Australia. But New Zealand only provide 2 attempts. If you fail, then there is no third attempt for you for New Zealand. Okay, and Australia has more opportunities as a big countries as compared to New Zealand. But the process is the same for skill assessment, then KAPS exam, then English, then you can apply the visa for both the countries. And another difference, basically, Australia, in Australia, you need to work for 1 year, you need to do internship, but internship is a paid internship. You have to do it is basically a job. So you will get around 3 to 3.5 lakh Indian rupees salary while you are doing internship in Australia for 1 year. New Zealand require internship for 6 months only, because you already have 1 year working experience in your home country. Okay. So this is the major difference in these both countries. So the first step called initial skill assessment, and with Australian Pharmacy Council. So there is some fees you need to pay to the government or Australian Pharmacy Council. This is about 70,000 Indian rupees. Or you need to provide us your bachelor degree or pharmd, whatever degree you did, your transcript. Then registration as a pharmacist in the State Pharmacy Council is the mandatory for you. Or then passport or national ID we need, birth certificate, passport photograph, all these we required from your side. Okay. So as I mentioned you, I completed my PhD from University of Sydney. So this is my first picture I've taken from when I came to Australia in 2017. So KAPS exam is really easy exam, and this is the full form knowledge assessment of pharmaceutical sciences. And for this exam, you need to pay the fees to Australian Pharmacy Council, 2230 Australian dollars. So altogether, basically, you need to pay 3,500 $140. In Indian rupees, I can say less than around 2 lakh Indian rupees you need to give to the Australian government. Okay. Yeah. Then this is the KAPS exam. They will ask you the question from four main domains. One is the pharmaceutics, then pharmacotherapy, then pharmaceutical chemistry, then pharmacology and physiology. Okay, these are the four domains. And there is no negative marking, and the passing marks required to have 50% only. So no negative marking. So this is the advantage to migrate Australia. This is very, very really easy exam. Okay. So same day you need to write two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. So paper 1, they will ask you from pharmaceutical chemistry plus physiology, then pharmacology. So 30 questions they will ask you from pharmaceutical chemistry. Okay. And 70% question they will ask you from this pharmacology and physiology part. Okay. So in this case, you need to score 50% in the each section to pass this exam. And so these two exams you need to write in the same day. So paper 1, for example, start from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then there's a 1 hour gap. Then you need to write this paper 2. Paper 2 will ask you about regarding the pharmaceutics and pharmacotherapy. Okay, again, 100 multiple choice questions they will give you, and 50% you need to score. So within 2 to 3 weeks, you will receive your result, and once you pass the exam, then you are eligible to apply your PR visa, permanent visa to migrate Australia. So exam centers where in India. So there is 8 centers currently in India like Delhi and Noida, Gurgaon, Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. So this is in South India, 3 centers they give: Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. So any centers you can go and write this exam. Okay. And this exam they conduct yearly 3 times like March, July, and November. So as you already know, this Farmer Tutor, some of you might be know, Farmer Tutor is one of the famous website in India, provide a job assistance in India. So they mention basically regarding us, they published one article. So 90%, more than 90% students of academic AI pass Australian Pharmacy Council examination. So they mentioned 90%, but the student actually pass 93% student pass. There are the 60 students sit in the last exam, and 57 of them, okay, 57 of them they pass the exam in first attempt. 3 only they fail in one exam. Okay, so this is very, very high. If you can study 90 days for 3 hours per day, you will 100% you will pass the exam. And then you also need to pass one English requirement like OET exam, PT exam, TOEFL or IELTS, any type exam you can give. We need IELTS academic or PT academic one. Okay, and we need 7 individual in IELTS or 65 in PTE or OAT 350 plus or section B. Okay, so these are the scores you need in the English. So industrial pharmacist also you can migrate, but there's no pharmacy exam, but require a work experience in the industrial pharmacy. Okay, but the jobs are not much available in the industrial pharmacist because Australia is a high income country and there is a population very, very low. So they buy the medicine from other countries like India. As you know, India currently exporting the medicines to 140 countries. Okay, so we are one of the leading country worldwide producing the generic medicines, and we are exporting to many high income countries, including the Australia. And pharmacy exam not required for pharmacy technician also. So if you are working as a technician, you can migrate as a technician also, but very low salary as compared to pharmacist and low chance to get job in Australia and visa as well. So the high chance to get job as a pharmacist, they need lot of pharmacists every year, around 3,000 vacancies in Australia. They need pharmacists from abroad. And a lot of pharmacists currently are working basically from South India, like from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. A lot of pharmacists currently are working here in Australia. So there is some options for you once you pass this exam. So you can apply like 190 visa, 491 or 407. These three visa does not require any work experience, but these two visa require at least 2 year work experience. These are the work visa basically. These are the permanent visa. These are also a work visa. Okay. So easily you can find a job in Australia. So at the end, once you pass this exam, you will get your first job as a pharmacy intern. Then for 1 year, and you will get a salary $30 per hour, and you need to work 8 hours per day. But if you are working more than 8 hours, you will get additional salary. Okay. So I'm calculating this salary based on 40 hours weekly. So for 5 days, you need to work 8 hours per day. But some students, some basically Indian pharmacists, I know personally, they are working here 6 days or 7 days. So they are earning more than what I'm mentioning here. Okay. So in general, pharmacists can earn in Australia up to 5 lakh Indian rupees per month or minimum 3 lakh. Okay. And yearly salary for pharmacists 80 to 120,000 yearly pharmacists can earn $15. Average time will take once you start your process 6 months to 1 year to complete to migrate to Australia. So here basically Abdul in your college, so you can already ask him any questions, or this is our team basically. Shiva is in Kerala, so if anyone is fluent in Malayalis, you can talk to Shiva, or any Tamil guy can ask to Abdul, or rest of us, we are Hindi and English speakers, so you can talk to us, or you can email us, or you can visit our website. This is our office. Currently, I'm presenting this webinar from Australia. So last week I was in India. I was on a vacation, but I just came back to Australia. Thanks for listening with your great patience, and I'm happy to answer whatever questions you have. Yes, faculty, please ask any questions do you have regarding this process. And then students, please ask any questions you have. Abdul, maybe you can share this mic to the students, so they can ask the questions if they have any.
The session is now about the student interaction.
If there is a problem in the mic, Abdul, what you can do is you can take their questions and then unmute yourself, or you can type in the chat box so that sir will answer.
Yes, you can do this. Yes. Those are online also. You can ask any questions if you have, or maybe you can type in the chat box so I can read your question and give you the feedback.
Abdul, please suggest if they do have any question for sir.
So there is a question in chat box.
Yes, Abdul. So someone is asking, do we have to write IELTS exam separately or it is combined with the KAPS exam? So you need to
Yes.
write separately.
Yes. So basically, there is some student always ask me this question, sir. First, we need to write the caps or English test or all together. So English you can write before the caps or you can write after the caps exam. So you have to pass this both separately, caps exam separately plus English test, IELTS or PT or OET separately. You need to pass, and we provide the coaching for these exams as well. Okay, and there is a age limit. Yes, to write the exam, to sit in the exam, there is no age limit. But for visa, getting a visa on there is a age limit. Your age must be below 45 years of age. Okay. If you have a you are a younger, more chance to get visa. Yes. Any other questions? So
Sir,
any questions?
sir, for research and development in Australia, does student need to appear for any kind of exam?
Basically, if you want to work in Australia, you need a visa. So for visa, you need to pass the exam and become a pharmacist. Okay. So if you are looking any other job, because in Australia, government every year they give a list of the occupations. Okay. So apart from pharmacist, any other job like in R&D, F&D, or if you want to go like in uh, clinical research, pharmacovigilance, medical coding, medical writing, SaaS programmer. So these are the occupations not in that list. So you will not get the visa. Without visa, you cannot work in Australia, obviously, right? To get the visa, you need to pass the exam and become a pharmacist in Australia. Yes, after that, you got the visa. You pass the exam and got the visa. After that, if you want to work in R&D or F&D, wherever, or in industry, you can work.
You directly finance.
Sir,
Yes, Abdul.
Is D farm enough for to do M farm after this?
What, Abdul? Can you please write? I mean, your voice. Can you please write your questions and then I can read and give the answer?
Abdul, take their questions and write in the chat box because there is a mic issue at your end.
If you don't have any questions, so there is some student are live on YouTube and they are asking, Joe is basically asking, hello sir, I'm looking for pharmacist. I'm working in Kerala at present as a hospital pharmacist. My age is about 54. So basically, Australia, as I mentioned already, your age must be below 45 years of age. So if you already 54, so you are not, you are very near basically to retired after 6 years as per the Australian law. Okay, so you cannot work in Australia. Australia need younger people not after that, because they are not providing any visa after 45 years of age. Then Deepak, next question is, sir, I am pharmacy technician from India. I have applied for N1 visa. तो आपने अप्लाई किया तो आप वेट कीजिए, तो आप और अपने लॉयर से बात कीजिए वीजा के लिए. Human asking, total cost basically around 4 lakh, 5 lakh, and salary also 4 to 5 lakh per month in Australia. So if you see that in one year, how much money you can make in Australia. Okay. So these are some questions from YT, YouTube. Okay. So Abdul asking, student asking that whether they need to appear for M.Pharm or PharmD, but the minimum eligibility Bachelor of Pharmacy, B.Pharm. So if you are M.Pharm or PharmD, there is no advantage or disadvantage. Okay. So someone is did B.Pharm or eligibility, but if you did B.Pharm plus M.Pharm, then this is the good for you. Okay, so minimum we require 4-year bachelor degree, that is B.Pharm, are eligible to sit in the exam. Or so B.Pharm, M.Pharm, PharmD, PhD, all are eligible to sit in the exam, except diploma in pharmacy are not eligible to sit in this exam. Okay, Abdul, any other question?
Sir, finish, sir. There is no more questions. I will handle the rest of the session.
Yes. Okay. You can talk to them in Tamil, so might be they will more understand. Or
Sure.
please provide them this feedback questions also in the form. So if they have any questions, I will get back to them. So they can write their question in the when they are filling the form. So I will get back to them. Okay, later on as well. Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.